Hello everyone, it's Hunter and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, it is so nice to meet you. Today's video, I am going to be sharing with you guys a book haul. I got 10 books recently for only $40. So I'm just gonna be sharing them with you guys today. I am so excited about getting these because I haven't gone book shopping in a long time, but at the beginning of this month, my car needed to be serviced and there is a used bookstore near the dealership that I take my car to, and they were having a sale, buy 5, get 5 free on all of their used books. My husband was also looking around, but he couldn't find anything that he wanted, so I ended up getting 10 books for $40.32 exactly. So I'm excited to share them with you guys. So before we get started, I would love it if you guys would subscribe to my channel down below and also give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Let's just go ahead and get into it. Okay, these are in no particular order, but let's get started. So the first book is called What Remains of Her by Eric Rikstad, or Rikstad, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but this was originally purchased at Ollie's and then sold to, the bookstore is called Second and Charles. I think it's like a chain of used bookstores. I'm not sure how many there are, but there's one here, there's one in my hometown, but I haven't seen them everywhere. So just to give you some context, I guess. But this one is a thriller and it's a psychological thriller. It says Jonah Baum, a professor of poetry at a remote Vermont college, sees his ordinary life torn apart when his wife Rebecca and young daughter Sally vanish from their home. No evidence of a kidnapping, no sign of murder, no proof Rebecca abandoned her marriage, just Sally's chilling drawings, Jonah's little lies, and a sheriff's nagging fears that nothing is what it seems. Even Sally's best friend Lucinda knows Sally wouldn't just disappear, not after they've shared so many secrets, especially about what they saw in the woods, a secret Lucinda swore she'd keep. As the search for Rebecca and Sally intensifies, a suspicion drives Noah into seclusion. Now, on the 25th anniversary of their disappearance, Jonah finds a girl in the woods and grows convinced she's linked to Sally. Is this a coincidence? Is she even real, or just a manifestation of Jonah's desperation and grief? Or is something more sinister at play in the dark woods? I love a thriller. This cover, I was drawn to the cover, to be honest. The retail price of this was $14.99, and then Second and Charles had it on sale for $4.50. Next is this one called 10 Little Girls by Willow Rose, and this one is an Amazon author. I've read a few of her books on Amazon, on Kindle Unlimited, so I know that her books are on Unlimited, but the retail price of this is $19.99 and Second and Charles had it on sale for $5.95. This says, every parent's worst fear. Imagine waiting for the school bus, waiting for your daughter to come home, but as the bus stops and the children start to come out, your daughter isn't there. 10 girls go missing on the same day in Cocoa Beach, Florida. 10 little girls, all from the same elementary school. 10 abductions that hold the entire town captive until the letters start to arrive. There's more to the description, but that's kind of like the basis of what happens. So I'm excited to get into this. Next is this one. It is For Twice in My Life by Annette Christie, and it is the author of The Rehearsals, which I have on my shelf, so I was excited to take a look at this one. This only has the Canadian price of $24.99, and I think I took off the sticker that would have been the price at Second and Charles, so I'm not sure how much they would have charged for this, but I do think this is a Canadian paperback, or at least an international paperback. It's definitely not the size of an American paperback book, but I read this description before. Well, I read the description of all of them before I bought it, but the description is basically about this girl. She thinks her life is perfect with her boyfriend, and then one day he breaks up with her out of the blue, and then she gets a call that he has been in an accident and is in the hospital, and he forgot that he broke up with her, and this accident kind of gave him a new lease on life, kind of sees life differently, so she starts to tell him lies about his life and their life together, and then his younger brother comes on the scene, and she realizes that her chance at real love with this man may not be what it seems because she's been lying to everyone. So I think that's gonna be interesting and I'm excited to read it. Next, this one is a mass market paperback, so the retail price is only $8.99 and the price at Second and Charles was $4.50. This is called Dear Wife by Kimberly Bell. It says the best-selling author of The Marriage Lie, which I actually just finished listening to on Hoopla from my library. So I'm excited to get into this, especially knowing that I really like The Marriage Lie. But it says, for nearly a year, Beth Murphy has been plotting plotting to leave her abusive husband. The time has finally arrived and this is her one chance at freedom. Each part of her plan has to be carefully thought out because one small slip and her violent husband will find her. A couple hundred miles away, Jeffrey returns home from a work trip to find his wife Sabine is missing. Wherever she is, she's taken almost nothing with her. Her abandoned car is the only trace of her the police have to go on, and all signs point to foul play. Where is Sabine and who is Beth? As her husband starts piecing together her whereabouts, Beth will have to make a decision about her future that will leave readers breathless. So next is The Husbands by Chandler Baker, and I read The Whisper Network by Chandler Baker, so I was excited to get my hands on this one. This was apparently a Good Morning America book club pick. This is also mass market, so the cover price is $9.99. They had it on sale for $4.95 at Second and Charles. Nora Spangler's life looks perfect from the outside. A successful career, a handsome husband, a beautiful child, and another on the way, but it doesn't feel perfect anymore. She is hanging on by a thread. While house hunting in suburbia, Nora discovers the exclusive neighborhood of Dynasty Ranch. The high-powered women there seem to have discovered the secret to having it all, and Nora wants in, but there's a cost. And the residents of Dynasty Ranch are willing to do anything to protect their safe haven, maybe even kill. Nora will have to decide how far she's willing to go to join them and what she's willing to sacrifice to live the life of her dreams. Like I said, I really liked The Whisper Network. It was different. It's like a contemporary thriller type thing, but like domestic thriller that's not involving like a couple. Next I have two books from the same author, is Rhea Fry. It looks like Ray Frey, to be honest. I listened to a bit of an audiobook by her and honestly I didn't really like it, so I stopped listening to it, but that was actually the reason why I was on the hunt for this author, because I was looking for the book I was listening to, which I am glad I ended up not finding it because I didn't finish it, but that's how I know how to pronounce the name. But this one is Until I Find You, and this is 2 floors, 55 steps to go up, 40 more to the crib. Since Rebecca Gray was diagnosed with a degenerative eye disease, everything in her life consists of numbers. Each day her world grows a little darker and each step becomes a little more dangerous. Following the days of feeling like someone's watching her, Becca wakes at home to the cries of her son in his nursery. When it's clear he's not going to settle, Beck goes to check on him. She reaches in, picks him up, but he's not her son and no one believes her. I think it's wild because I would know if I was blind and picked my baby up, I would know if it was my baby or not. Like, I would know. Okay, I know my baby and I have eyes, or she has eyes. What am I saying? She doesn't have sight. It says, in a world where seeing is believing, Beck must rely on her own conviction and a mother's instinct to uncover the truth about what happened to her baby and bring him home for good. So I am very excited about this. I ended up getting more books about being a mom than I ever expected to get, but here we are. And this one is by the same author. It's called Not Her Daughter, and the retail price on this was like a special value, is $9.99. It was then sold at Walmart for $7.98, and then it looks like it was sold from Second and Charles for $9.95. And let's see, it says, I'm not going to read the whole description because it has little like blurbs at the top. Emma Townsend, 5 years old, gray eyes, brown hair, missing since June. Sarah Walker, successful entrepreneur, broken-hearted kidnapper. Amy Townsend, unhappy wife, unfit mother, unsure whether she wants her daughter back. That's all I needed to read. That's all I needed to read. I don't love when there's like photos on the cover, but this isn't a photo of like a person. So yeah, that looked good. Next is this one by Lisa Scottoline. It's called Someone Knows, and I read What Happened to the Bennetts by her, and I really, really loved it. It was such a fast-paced book, so I had to grab this one. And this one also looks like it was like liquidated, if that makes sense, because it has this little dot on the bottom. It was $6.95 there, but the cover price is $17, and it literally looks like it has not been touched. So it says, Allie Garvey is heading home to the funeral of a childhood friend. She's not only grief-stricken, she's full of dread because going home means seeing the other 2 people with whom she shares an unbearable secret. 20 years earlier, a horrific incident shattered the lives of 5 teenagers, including Allie. They played a dangerous prank that went tragically wrong. The teenagers never told anyone, believing that getting caught would be the worst thing that could happen. But time has taught Allie otherwise. Not getting caught was far worse. The dark secret has eaten away at her, distancing her from everyone she loves, including her husband. Because she wasn't punished by the law, Allie has punished herself, and it's a life sentence. Now Allie stands on the precipice of losing everything. She's ready for a reckoning, determined to learn how the prank ended so horribly. She digs to unearth the truth, but reaches a shocking conclusion that she never saw coming, and neither will the reader. We love a plot twist, so I'm hoping there's a good one in here. Last 2 books, I actually already read one of them. It's this one. It's The Layover by Lacey Walden. I was drawn to this cover. It is a romance. I only got 2 romances. Everything else is all thrillers, but let's be real, I love a thriller. Okay, it's what got me back into reading a few years ago. This one was $6.95 at Second and Charles. The cover price is $16. After 10 years, Ava Green is finally ready to hang up her wings. She's planning to enjoy every second of her final flight when she discovers that former pilot and current enemy, gorgeous but infuriatingly cocky Jack Stone, is on the same trip. And Jack has the nerve to flirt with her, as if he doesn't remember the most humiliating night of her life. At least once they land, she'll never have to see his face again. So when mechanical problems turn a quick stop at the Belize airport into a weekend layover at a luxury resort in paradise, all the rum punch in the country can't drown out her annoyance. Yet the more time Ava spends with him, the more she second guesses what she knows about him and whether she truly wants her feet on the ground or her head in the clouds. I'm almost done. But I thought this one was so cute. Like, seriously, so cute. It was a quick read. It was a good little palette cleanser in terms of, like, it wasn't a super heavy book. Didn't have a lot of super heavy themes, but it was very feel good. So I really enjoyed this one, and I'm glad that I picked it up. And the last one is a paperback. I never pick up paperbacks because I just have paperback. Hardcover. I never get hardcover books by choice unless it's a book that's like incredibly highly anticipated for me. But this one is by an author that I love. It's called When the Lights Go Out by Mary Kubica, and I have enjoyed every book I've read by her, so I needed to get this. And the description: Jessie Sloan is on the path to rebuilding her life after years of caring for her ailing mother. She rents a new apartment and applies for college, but when the college informs her that her social security number has raised a red flag, Jessie discovers a shocking detail that causes her to doubt everything she's ever known. Finding herself suddenly at the center of a bizarre mystery, Jessie tumbles down a rabbit hole, which is only exacerbated by grief and a relentless lack of sleep. As days pass and the insomnia worsens, it plays with Jessie's mind. Her judgment is blurred, her thoughts are hampered by fatigue. Jessie begins to see things until she can no longer tell the difference between what's real and what she's only imagined. Meanwhile, 20 years earlier and 250 miles away, another woman's split-second decision may hold the key to Jessie's secret past. Has Jessie's whole life been a lie, or have her delusions gotten the best of her? The retail price of this was $26.99, and it was $6.25 at Second Charles. So those are all the books that I grabbed. I'm so excited to get to reading these. Like I said, I've already read one of them and it was really good. I told my husband I wanted to read all of the physical books on my shelf this year, and so far I've only added books to that shelf. So I'm doing swell so far, obviously. But my goal is to read 100 books this year, and so far at the end of January, I'm about to finish book 10. So I am about 10% of the way there already, which makes me really excited because 2023 was a bad year for reading for me. I just was unmotivated. I was very tired. I also had a baby, so that's probably why I was unmotivated and tired. So I didn't get a ton of reading done, but I am excited for 2024 and all the books that I'm gonna read, and hopefully I have some good ones that really stand out, because 2023 nothing stood out to me. Nothing really stood out to me as like a really like, you absolutely have to read this book kind of good. So I am hoping that we'll get some good ones here. I also do a book wrap up at the end of every month, or I guess I post it at the beginning of the next month, to tell you guys about all of the books I read in the previous month and to kind of give you a rating and a brief description of them. So if you guys want to see those, be sure to subscribe so that you can see everything that I'll be reading this year. And that's all I have for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.